You snap the little wooden branch in half. Somewhere far away, a bored clerk you'll never meet ticks a box next to your name. You didn't read the warning on the box. Nobody ever reads the warning. You just wanted one thing. The thing you've wanted for years and never had the nerve to say out loud. The charm cost you $6.99 off the back shelf of a shop that smelled like incense and bad decisions. It promised exactly one wish, so you made it. You wish the person you love would finally love you back, more than anyone else in the whole world. And here's the part nobody warns you about. It worked, instantly, perfectly. No lightning, no smoke. Just a phone buzzing with their name and a warmth in your chest that feels exactly like winning. Congratulations. You just made the worst decision of your entire life. Let's find out how you survive it. If any of this is ringing a bell, it should, because this is the exact nightmare behind the biggest horror movie of the year. A tiny film called Obsession, made for about the price of a used car. That became a global phenomenon almost overnight. The reason your feed is full of one girl forcing one deeply wrong smile. So we're going to do to you what the movie does to its hero. Snap the branch. Walk every single way it falls apart. Stay close. Stage 1. The Honeymoon. For about a day, it is perfect. Suspiciously, gloriously perfect. They text first. They laugh at the joke that wasn't funny. They look at you like you're the only solid thing in a slowly melting world. And honestly, you feel like a genius. You manifested this. You're basically a wizard now. Enjoy it because it has a shelf life of about 24 hours. The first crack is tiny. You mention totally casually that you've got work in the morning. And for half a second, their smile doesn't move. Their eyes do a thing that eyes are not supposed to do when you say you have to leave. You blink, and it's gone. They're laughing again, warm as ever. So you tell yourself you imagined it. I told myself I imagined it is about to be the theme of your whole night. That smile is the thing the whole internet latched onto. Held a beat too long, stretched a half inch too wide. The software of happiness with none of the feeling underneath. You'll be seeing a lot more of it tonight. It does not get tired of smiling. Here's your first survival decision, and you don't even know you're making it. Do you trust the warm feeling or the cold thing you just saw behind their eyes? Almost everybody trusts the warm feeling. The wish is counting on exactly that. It runs on flattery. It knows you've wanted this too long to start asking questions. Stage 2. The Wrongness. By day 2, the math stops adding up. They're at your door before you've even texted you're coming. They know the route you walked home and you never told them. They finish sentences you hadn't decided to say yet. On paper, romantic. In the room, like a song played a half step off key. Here's what the wish forgot to print on the box. What's standing in front of you is not a person who loves you. It's something wearing the shape of a person, running one instruction on an endless loop. Love you, more than anyone, in the world. No hobbies, no bad days, no other thoughts. Only that. Forever. This is the thing the movie figured out, what turned a $6 gimmick into a horror smash. Everyone walked in expecting a possession story, a demon, a ghost. And it's so much worse than that, because there is no demon anywhere in this. To make a person love you above all else, the wish has to scoop out everything else first. Their dreams, their fear, their will, the messy parts that made them a person. It doesn't add a monster on top. It deletes a human being and leaves a smile running. And somewhere deep down in there, the real them is still awake. That's the part that should keep you up at night. Every so often the real person surfaces, eyes clear and terrified, trying to tell you something. Before the wish drags them back under and the smile snaps back into place, which brings the worst realization of the night. They're not the monster here. You are. You did this. You'd rather have a copy that adores you than the real one who didn't. The call is coming from inside the house, and the house is you. Now survive it. Stage 3. The grip. So you try the sensible thing. You try to end it. You give the gentle, I think we just need a little space speech. And you learn the rules the hard way. A wish for love this big has no exit. Space is not a word it can process. It doesn't even get angry, which is so much worse than angry. It just calmly refuses to live in any reality where you leave. Doors it can't open, it waits behind. Calls you don't answer, it returns. All night. The charm didn't give them too much love, it gave them all of it with nothing left over. No off switch, no sleep, no fear of consequences. There's no version of tonight where it decides you're not worth it. There is only you. In the movie, there's a perfect, awful detail. A customer service line for the curse printed in the box. And the guy actually calls it desperate, like a man trying to cancel a subscription. The bored voice on the other end tells him there's no refund, no undo, no cancellation. So, survival decision 2. Stay polite or accept politeness is a luxury you can't afford. The polite ones get handled. Watch what happens to everyone who could have helped you. Stage 4. The quiet part. You reach for your phone to call your best friend. They don't pick up. Neither does the next one. And it's not even supernatural, which is somehow scarier. It's pure logistics. Anyone who gets between the wish and you becomes an obstacle. And obstacles gently, quietly, get moved out of the way. Here's the part you don't let yourself say out loud. Not everyone who gets in the way just quietly transfers shifts. Some of them you simply stop hearing from, and you learn fast not to ask where they went. The wish is clearing the room, one person at a time, so it can have you all to itself. You're being slowly, gently sealed inside your own life, and the only person left who answers is the exact person you're trying to escape. And that's the wish's masterpiece, the thing it's genuinely best at. Loneliness. A person with nobody left eventually stops fighting. And it is in no rush. Survival decision 3. There's still one number that will pick up. The place where it all started. The shop, the back shelf, the warning you ignored. Go back to the beginning and beg for an undo. Or is that exactly where it's hurting you? Quick answer. It's both. Go anyway. Stage 5, the run. So you run. Bag packed at 3 a.m, shoes in your hand. And you make it about 4 blocks before you learn the cruelest rule of being somebody's whole world. You cannot outleave a thing that never ever gets tired. It doesn't even chase you. That's the genius of it. Chasing would mean it might lose. Instead, it just appears. Calm, a little hurt, already in the next place you were going. The bus stop. Your sibling's apartment. A motel that somehow isn't random to it at all. Every single door you choose, it's already leaning in the frame, asking you so softly why you'd ever want to leave when it loves you this much. And the scariest thing in the night isn't out there. It's the small, tired voice starting up in the back of your own skull. The one beginning to whisper, would it really be so bad to just stop running? That voice is not you. It's the next stage of the wish working you from the inside. Because the easiest person to trap is one too exhausted to want to be free. So this is the decision the whole night has been building toward. Do you listen to that voice? Or do the one single thing the wish cannot survive? Here's the secret the charm really doesn't want you to have. The wish was built out of a want, so it can only be unmade with the truth. You have to stand in front of the thing wearing the face of the person you love, and say out loud the one sentence the entire wish exists to prevent, not, I don't love you. That's not true enough. And the wish eats lies for breakfast. The truth is worse. Loving someone means letting them stay a whole free person. A version you carved down until it only points at you was never love, it was ownership, and you have to genuinely mean it. And if you can say it, and own what your loneliness was willing to do, then for one clean second the real them surfaces, free, finally recognizing who you are. The charm crumbles to ash in your hand. The door's just a door again. Now I have to be honest with you about the movie. The real obsession is a great deal less merciful than the survival guide. It doesn't hand its characters a tidy truth that fixes everything. It's far darker, far sadder, and a great deal more violent. There's real brutality in it, including one killing people warned each other about before walking in. It does not flinch, and it ends in wreckage that left theaters in total silence, because the film's whole point is that there's no clean way to take someone's choices away. The director said it flat out. The cursed thing was never the charm, it was the wish itself, the selfishness underneath, the idea that love is something you can demand instead of earn. And that's why it struck a nerve the size of a continent. People recognized it, not the demon, because there is no demon. They recognize the guy, the one who decides he's owed a person, who'd rather keep the copy than hear the word no. The horror wasn't supernatural at all. The horror was familiar. So let's tally your odds. If you went back to that shop in the first 10 minutes, before the grip set in, high odds. A bruised ego, a lesson burned in forever, and a story nobody will believe. If you rode the honeymoon and ignored the eyes until day 2, medium odds. You probably get out, but you'll flinch at every gift anyone hands you for the rest of your life, and never look at the word forever the same way again. If you stayed polite, got isolated, and only ran at the last second, low odds. You survive on luck, one good sentence, and finally choosing to stop lying. And if, back around block 4, you thought being adored forever doesn't sound so bad, I got upsetting news about which character you actually are. It was never the thing at the door. It was the one who snapped the branch. The scariest monster in any story about obsession is never the obsessed one. It's the person who wanted to be loved so badly they'd erase someone else to get it. So be careful what you wish for. Be extremely careful who you would erase to get it. And next time, for the love of everything, read the warning on the box. If you survive the night, drop your exit plan in the comments. If you wouldn't, well, the shop is always open. New scenario next week.